We got an episode here, The Dark World of Atmosphere Modeling by Internet Oddities.
I'm so nervous to be revealing all of these secrets about Las Vegas.
If I had known, I would have done something about it.
What is atmosphere modeling?
It's been around for a long time. It happens all around the world.
Honestly, just really disturbs me.
It can get sketchy really fast.
What the hell?
And it does.
If you're unfamiliar with the term, atmosphere models are women hired to look desirable and attract the attention of men.
You get paid to sit and drink and flirt with dudes in a club all night.
The logic is, if a man hears or sees that a venue is full of beautiful women, they are more likely to choose to spend their night at that location.
When guys see girls partying and having fun, they want to pop more bottles and they want to spend more money.
Sometimes atmosphere models are hired directly by a club or restaurant for this purpose and are encouraged to flirt with the guests so they spend more money at the bar.
And dance. If you've noticed, this is one of the oldest plays in the game for clubbing and parties and restaurants. For clubbing and parties and bars, they always have a few atmosphere models minimum on deck. These will be the girls that no guy picks up. And it's very easy to spot them once you know how to look for it. Most guys are completely clueless that atmosphere models are a thing. They think it's just bottle girls and the bartenders, that's it. No, man, there's literally people seated in the crowd that are paid by the club to be there and get the energy pumped up and going. Like, you ever notice? Here's how you notice it sometimes. You get to the club, there's no one on the dance floor dancing, doing anything. And then it's weird how 2-3 girls go on the dance floor and start dancing and having fun. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the club starts dancing. If you've ever noticed that, it's the atmosphere models doing that. And some of the higher end clubs will hire dozens of them and sprinkle them all over the place just to get the guys coming. And it's not just a one night thing. They do this all the time. Clubs are known for this. Like, some of the higher end places you go to, they're riddled with these atmosphere models every single night. And the guys will go there completely clueless and they'll go, my God, there were so many baddies last night, because men are attracted to that. The clubs know this, man. And then you liquor someone up and lower their inhibitions, and these guys will go up to these women, try to talk to them, get turned down. That's cool. Then they'll go talk to and finally meet one of the regular chicks and maybe have a good night, maybe not. But to that guy, it's a W. He's drunk, he had a great time, and there's a ton of hot chicks, and then word spreads like wildfire. Now you got everybody, bro, we got to go to this place. It was so pop. Saturday night, I can't believe how many hot chicks there were there. Where were you guys at? Blah, blah, blah. And then now you got men coming and spending money, and that's all that matters. Men coming over to the club and spending money. It's a game, bro. It's a whole racket. The club is one of the worst places you could go to as a man. It's such a joke.
So yeah, we were like undercover salespeople, and odds are that we got you to spend more money than you ever intended to.
However, a different kind of clientele exists, one that's more lucrative and dangerous. Every weekend, wealthy people flock to Las Vegas to eat, drink, and party.
VIP,
but what's the point
baby.
of doing so if you don't have several young women by your side to boost your ego? This is also a type of atmosphere modeling, and the women doing it are usually working models or influencers looking to make some extra cash. As clients will pay thousands of dollars to have a group of women join them on their night out. Although some atmosphere modeling agencies exist, in Vegas, they are often hired through what's known as a VIP host, aka a feeder. Have you ever seen men on Instagram that only post photos with celebrities and large groups of women seemingly partying every night of the week, with the only thing in their bio being an email? These are VIP hosts advertising their services. And if you're a wealthy person planning a trip to Las Vegas, you can hire one to take care of everything necessary for you to have a great weekend. The 3 most commonly requested things are reservations, and women. If you want X amount of X substance in your hotel room when you arrive, VIP hosts can do that. If you need last-minute reservations to an exclusive restaurant, VIP hosts can book that. And if you need 3 blonde women and 4 brunette women to follow you around that weekend, they can take care of that too. No matter how bizarre or specific a request is, VIP hosts will make it happen. They're able to accomplish this because clubs, restaurants, and drug dealers want wealthy people to spend exuberant amounts of money in their businesses. These rich clients, who are also referred to as whales, are known to spend anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 a weekend on nightlife alone. And as VIP hosts are known for connecting whales.
And you don't even need to spend that much, or you just need a VIP host to connect you, get a few bottles at the club. You ever seen that VIP table with like a dude or two and they're surrounded by like 7, 8 women, that's this getting set up. I've been in those VIPs. It's crazy that the guy just comes over, your little middleman connection, and you could point girls out in the club and they'll go and bring them to you. A lot of girls that are fresh too in the club, just not affiliated with any of this, love to come over to VIP, and you fill the table up automatically. And most of the time when these guys arrive and sit down, they have girls already waiting on them, set up, good to go. And there is a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, bro. It's overtly understood that, girl, you're going to have to work to be at this VIP table. You're expected to do things at the end of the night. And if you don't, the next one will. Do you want the money or not? And that's it. You don't got to go to Dubai and get porta potty, my friend. You just got to go to any nightclub in town. This happens everywhere. It's not Vegas specific, although Vegas is like the big party spot in the United States. You go to Miami, you go to LA, you go to New York, wherever it is, all the hot clubs, all of them have these VIP hosts that will handhold you when you have money to spend, and they will get access to whatever you desire. This is the power of money. There's always somebody willing to sell themselves.
With businesses, restaurants and clubs are happy to accommodate. This is why VIP hosts are also referred to as feeders. They feed businesses wealthy clients that will spend a lot of money. However, none of them are going out unless they have a large entourage full of beautiful women. According to an interview with an anonymous VIP host in an episode of the Road podcast, hosts will have a variety of different women in their contact list available to offer atmosphere. Photos of these women will be sent to the client, and after he makes his selection, these women will be given a time and place to meet up with them. Although atmosphere models purely offer their presence and will typically make $400 to $600 a night, some will choose to make a little extra money on the side by offering their client other services, at times bringing their nightly total into the 6-figure range.
I've gotten asked, hey, come back to my room and would you sleep with me? We're not like, I'm always very adamant about that, but I also know that there are people who do cross that line.
Right.
Because they're hustling. I don't know.
No, absolutely. I mean, you get your money however you want.
Right.
Although atmosphere models aren't escorts, clients often get confused and feel like they own the models, reportedly touching them inappropriately while expecting them to sleep with them.
Are all the girls who do this doing sketchy things? Absolutely not. Most of them are literally just there to like hang out, get paid, go home. But the problem is men like to test their boundaries. And a lot of young women that I know, girls that I'm friends with, have been coerced into doing things that they didn't initially sign up to do.
Additionally, sometimes the host will require the atmosphere models to sign an NDA.
What's the craziest experience that you've had?
There are a few, but I'm actually not allowed to talk about them because I've had to sign NDAs.
Oh my god.
In an article written by actress and model Ellen Hancock about her experience as atmosphere modeling, she says, I was on one Vegas trip and was surprised to find out we would be partying with a well-known Hollywood actor and his entourage that weekend. One of the guys in his entourage, a club guy from New York, took a liking to me. The party went on as usual, but at the end of the night, I was invited with the group to their private poker room. I watched the well-known actor lose $250,000 on a single hand of cards, without a flinch. I felt like I was getting the craziest inside look into their lifestyle. Who wouldn't tag along to see? While hanging out with the guy who had taken a liking to me, he handed me a $1,000 chip. Seriously? Thank you. Though my excitement was short-lived, as it then became clear that he expected me to sleep with him. She describes
They love to act like a deer in headlights. It's totally not expected. You don't get anywhere for free with a man. You don't get on the yacht for free. You don't get handed a $1,000 chip for free. You don't get to be in a man's presence without a man getting something out of you. Not just looks, not just the atmosphere of you being there. You're expected to put out. This is why I say men and women can't be friends. Even hard in a business transaction like this. I mean, you think that guy that worked his ass off to get that yacht and go to this VIP place and drop hundreds of thousands of dollars and texts his connection to have girls at the table is not going to expect this, especially when you say, well, I know some girls are just hustling to do this. I'm not one of those girls. I'm not going to put out and do any of this. It doesn't matter. All your friends are. Now you're in the same position, the same atmosphere, under the same pretext. Yes, you're expected to put out. You can say no, but you'll never be invited. And most of the ones that say no have probably been, like that story, coerced into doing what they didn't want to do. Why? Because the money is so high. Leaving with 6 figures in a night. You know how insane that is? Most of these women will break and they'll just say, okay, once or twice. Okay, it's a A-list Hollywood actor. Okay, it's this famous businessman. Okay, it's this super powerful person. It's not like it's the bum Randy from down the street. You're already getting it in with a top percentile man most of the time. And you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars on top. Yes, this is why a high percentage of them do this. You're just getting this story of a few that have come out and said, I never done this. But behind closed doors, when the cameras are turned off, yeah, I've dabbled once or twice. Yeah, and it's always the same excuse. I didn't want to do it. But you were getting ready. You got texted. You were told that you were supposed to have extracurricular fun that night. You saw the dollar amounts of going to hang out with this guy. No one wants to hang out with your boring ass for thousands of dollars and not expect something out of it. Because what? You're special, snowflake? No. The expectation was always there. You want to play dumb. That's the difference.
There's another celebrity client who took a liking to her, saying, I had to argue with the client to let me leave and get a taxi. He was trying to grab me the whole time, and his friend told me I better sleep with him, as it was my only chance to be with a celebrity. It was a horrible night, and I was so relieved when I finally got home. She goes on to mention that during a different atmosphere modeling gig for a billionaire, she watched a model receive $60,000 in poker chips, and another receive $120,000, while she herself only received $500 for playing true to her role as an atmosphere model, suggesting the other models may have offered other services. Something to keep in mind is that the VIP hosts supplying the women are also supplying the and according to the interview with the VIP host on the Road podcast, one of the most requested drugs from clients is G.
Oh, G. I don't even know what that is. G.
I didn't even know what that was. Deep.
Wait, people are taking that?
Yeah.
People are taking that? Are you sure motherfuckers aren't buying it from you to like other motherfuckers?
Oh, I don't know. Girls love that, you know?
G is known as a date because it's hard to detect if it slipped into a drink, and once ingested, the victim is rendered unconscious and will wake up the following day with no memory of what happened. The combination of supplying clients with young women, as well as a substance long associated with assault, paints a disturbing picture of the situations atmosphere models put themselves into, especially once you consider
Keyword, put themselves into.
that Nevada has the second highest rate of human trafficking in the USA, with more than 300 adults being reported missing every month, and more than 8,000 children going missing every year.
Shocker.
During a day-long Nevada sex trafficking and prostitution summit held in February of 2023, attorney Jason Guinasso said, in the state of Nevada per capita, we have a higher incidence of trafficking in our state than any other state. We almost double up the next closest state. It's not because of morality, but because of a supply and demand for women. We've put out a sign in the state of Nevada that anything goes here, and we put neon lights on it and said, come here. But I think it's time to turn those lights off and express to those on the outside that we're no longer going to nurture that kind of economy.
You're dreaming. That's what your economy is underpinned on. These kinds of people going for the fun of the Las Vegas Strip. Without the Strip, Vegas is nothing. That is the boom for the entire state. That is how Nevada makes money. Trust me, it's lip service, my friend. Most of the people, even in the high positions in these government jobs for this state, are one way or another involved or have been in this shit, directly or indirectly. The game is so much deeper than you ever thought.
Here. To make matters worse, regular clients start to get tired of their host's selection of models, leading to promoters visiting college campuses to recruit atmosphere models by offering them free alcohol and a hotel stay in Vegas, just to get some new talent around their clients. And in a TikTok posted by someone with experience atmosphere modeling, they describe a job they booked in Los Angeles, where they found out a fellow model was actually a minor.
So I've talked about being an atmosphere model in the past, but I just found out about a really messed up situation. So flashback to October, I was in LA for an atmosphere modeling event. So my company, the guy that I work with, he arranged like a bunch of girls, most of them I've met before. But then he also invited 2 other guys to help out with the event, to bring models. And these guys are well-known promoters in LA. But anyways, they showed up with a bunch of girls. And I just found out now, 4 months later, through my own investigation, that at least 4 of the girls that those guys brought were not only under 21, they were under 18. This event was dinner club after party. And these girls definitely should not have been going to the club and should not have been in this situation at all. Is that those 2 promoters even associate with girls that are under 18. But it's insane to me that these guys are even associating with girls that are under 18 and inviting them to events. It honestly just really disturbs me that I was even at an event with girls that were underage and I didn't even know that they were. It just was not okay for them to be there. I'm just really disturbed by this entire thing.
When you read into experiences people have had atmosphere modeling, you'll find conflicting reports. Some of them claim it to be a very shady business that other women should avoid for their own safety, while others can't say enough positive things about it, claiming they've never experienced anything other than a great night full of expensive food, drinks, and friends.
Come on, man. The ones that say that are the ones that are benefiting with the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The ones that are okay with sleeping with celebrities. The ones that don't care about themselves or their perception. The ones that are getting ahead in life by just doing all the degenerate shit that they like to do anyways. Sleeping around with celebs, with high profile men. They get off on that. Of course they're the ones that benefit the most. If you got some morals and integrity and you say, I don't do this, you're dumb enough to even accept the atmosphere modeling job and you go here, but then you stand your ground at least and you go, I don't do this, and you get your little $2 chip and get kicked out and replaced with a girl who will. Congratulations. There's ones like this that are absolutely benefiting and loving to be in that atmosphere, the real atmosphere. And they're the ones that are going to sit here and say, oh, love, it's so fun. Oh my God, I've met so many interesting people. I've met so many interesting people. Met a lot, did you? I bet you did. Cries themselves to sleep at night alone. Hey, but at least you get to wipe the tears with hundreds of dollars of bills, right?
We do get to have amazing experience. Very grateful.
Every time DJ Snake would come, we would get paid to be on stage with DJ Snake. Like, some people would kill to do that.
Right.
And we're there like, what time is it? When are we out of here? Like, you know what I mean?
However, the same person connecting you with the client is also supplying them with, and they're doing so in a city synonymous with bad behavior. Therefore, the one thing for certain seems to be that when atmosphere modeling in Vegas, you're significantly raising your chances of being taken advantage of.
Let's see what the comments say. I'm curious. I was a VIP care waitress when I was 18, and these type of model/host jobs are very real. My company had 2 rosters, waiters and hosts. We had our headshots taken as well as name, age on profile, and would then be picked to work at private and company functions. All functions were professional, and I never saw anything untoward. Waiters and waitresses served food and drink, and the models had model/host welcome the guests. Sometimes wore themed costumes and entertained guests during their functions. This was more tame than your example and above abroad, but there was still this wink, wink, nod, nod that the model/host maybe did. You see how they're coping with the fact that they're involved in this and can't have their reputation also tarnished, guilty by association? That maybe they did offer more than smiles and charms. It was always joked about, as waiters would sometimes rib them because all they had to do was stand around and look pretty. Something that doesn't get mentioned as much and is a fact is that other women who recruit women into doing this. The fancy dinners, the club VIP experience, being in the DJ booth, being gifted luxury retail items. Women see other women flaunting these lifestyles on social media and they literally ask them how. Not even, it's just friends too. Women will have friends. I've met a girl like this from LA who literally had a group of friends and they would all invite each other. When the guy asked, do you have a friend? Can you bring some friends? She goes, I have 3-4 girlfriends. Boom, sends them pictures and they all get invited all at once. It's wild. So they reinvented the escort and started calling them atmosphere models. Yep, that's exactly what happened, my friend. Let me know what you guys think.